thermostat housing on this side is another ridiculous system they have here. So what I want to do here is I do want to pop that lower. Oh god, it's gonna be a mess. Anyways, let me figure something out. Let me take a break. Okay guys, so change the radiator. What I did here was, first of all, I took off that cover. It has a whole bunch of clips all around it. These are the clips. Take off that cover. Once you take off that cover, you're gonna take the two 13mm bolts off this little guy right here from the hood latch. It does have a sensor, which you have to pull the tab and disconnect the sensor, and it comes out and it goes to the side. After that, you have that metal plate. The metal plate has 10mm, 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 and a whole bunch of 10mm. Take them off. Once that latch is off, that thing will come off. Okay, this little guy has these little guys. You could just bend these in, down, just push them down with the screwdriver, and it comes right out. After that, you got these two brackets, two 10mm, two 10mm. Okay, two 10mm and two 10mm. That comes off. After that, after that, we got this cover right here. So this guy goes in just like that. So it has a clip. It has a clip down here, which is all the way down there, and same thing over here. And this guy just somehow, some way, you pull the grill forward a bit, this comes off. And now we're down to I'm probably gonna bring out the fan with it, or I might just take off the fan first. And I took off the two 10mm of this reservoir. That's out of the way. Okay, now we need to take out the transmission lines. There's a sensor down there. I'm not sure if there's any other sensors. We're gonna disconnect the fan and a whole bunch of harness and stuff. So maybe we can pull out the fan one way and take out there's a bolt on the condenser to the radiator, 1, 2, and 1, 2. So that's something we're gonna have to work some magic there, and that's it. And then the radiator should come up with two. We're gonna take this 13mm and this. The bracket should come off and the radiator should pop out as well. Anyways, we're still working on the thermostat, water pump, and this all together. Okay, so there is a sensor right here. Sensor has got the sensor here. So the sensor has this little retainer that you pull right in the top, and then you wiggle the sensor out of there and make sure there's a seal that's left behind. Make sure that's there. This is for the radiator pipe. So once you take that off, that is a struggle. This guy is a struggle. Took me about 40 minutes to get this guy out of the housing right there. But I got it. As you can see, I got it. There it is. There is that baby. Got it. I'm going to do the same thing with the top. Then I'm going to try to clear the path here. Take out this sensor. Okay, and the sensor has a connector, the one I just told you about down on the radiator. Here's the sensor connector. So you squeeze that. That comes out. So pretty much, I am going to take off this transmission line here. And there's one below that. I'm going to take that off too. It does have a little rings here. And it does have a little retainer, so make sure you save them, make sure you don't lose them. So once that off, I am going to take off the bolts, and I'm going to see if I can fish out the fan first. And then I noticed there's a bolt down there on the intercooler. I think that also as well is connected to the radiator. So I'm going to try to take a 1, 2, 1, 2 and see if it moves. If it still doesn't, then I'm going to take out the third bolt. There's a third bolt over there. And then to take this thing out, you could just push this flap and the radiator should just come right up. Radiator should not be issue, just the fan I might be a little worried about. But let's see how the fan goes. We got clamps on this side. So there's the clamps on the hoses. On these hoses, there's clamps. That should be no problem. Anyways, short break and we'll come back. Okay, so far what I did was I removed this clamp, got this pipe off. I took this pipe from the reservoir anyway. I'll loosen this up. I took this out so I can push the pipe out. But I took off the top radiator mounts. Okay, so I got 3 bolts over here, 3 bolts, 2 bolts on this side. The bottom bolt on the intercooler, ooh, okay, I did get 3 bolts here as well. That one is jammed, so it made me, I got no space. I gotta splice the bolt area up because it free played. I did take off this little guy and took out the little retainer from right here, from this line. And this line just simply comes right off. So it is out. I gotta get the bottom one. I was gonna get the fans out, but then I decided, you know what, I could just get the radiator out. But now I am recovering with the AC machine. I got my lines connected. I'm gonna take out the condenser because that bolt, if that bolt didn't bother me, this would have been out, all right guys? But I took out the AC condenser. You got 2 seals on the side here, so make sure you don't lose those 2. Oh my god, I have to melt this guy because this freaking guy free played inside this little guy. Why couldn't they put a screw right through the goddamn plastic through plastic? It's this type of shit right here. This is what they got down there. Anyways, pick up the cooler, put this baby to the side here, and all I got now is that bottom transmission line down there, which I'm about to fish out now. Then I'm gonna lift this radiator fan and I'm gonna just leave it to the side, and hopefully I'll be able to get this radiator out. Anyways, it's no joke here. This ain't joke. Changing this radiator is not a joke. I've been on it for 3 hours. That's for sure. Got that line off too, so both transmission lines are off. Now the hard part, or the crappy part, is it gonna come out. So I'm gonna have to tilt it and pull it up. So I'm gonna just slip it out. Should be that easy, but I don't know where to put my camera because there's nowhere to put the camera. But anyways, this is what it is. So pretty much I'm gonna push that forward and get this out. It should come easily out, but I'm gonna take my time with it. Anyway guys, let me get this radiator out and then we'll talk about it outside. So we got our new radiator here. Here's our new radiator right here. This is the baby, and here's the old one. Okay, so you might need the retainers here. You might need the retainers here. There's an O-ring in there that I have to take off. Don't worry, forget that. But other than that, let's see what we got here. So it does come with a little screw things on here, and other than that, okay, the back side of the radiator does come with the new retainers. Good, new retainers. Does not come with the seal. Remember, there's a seal in here. Don't forget that seal. And that's about it. And these sometimes they're loose, but make sure you check them. Anyways, that's what it is. So it's the same process on Chevy Cruz. Chevy Cruz is the same setup. Our radiator is in. It slipped right there. The front cooler sits on top of it. Then the condenser. Condenser has a 13 millimeter that's attached on there. Got it from right here with the wrench right here. Brr, brr, brr. 2 lines. Make sure you put the sensor in. Make sure you put the seal in the sensor. Make sure you put the connector in. Make sure you put the 2 transmission lines in. Make sure you put everything back together. Make sure you connect the fan. Make sure everything the way it is. Bada bing, bada boom. Thank you for watching my video, guys. I know it was a crappy video. It wasn't a fully like each taking off the balls, but detail was this is where everything's gonna come out from. Get the fan, radiator, condenser, everything from right here, okay? Anyways, thank you for watching my video. Make sure you put antifreeze in it. It's a self-bleeding system. After that, drive around, check the antifreeze, check for leaks. Bada bing, bada boom. Don't forget that sensor. Okay, don't forget to connect this sensor. Don't forget that sensor. And there is a seal on the old radiator. You gotta take that off, put it on to that little sensor sitting right there, and stick it back in. Anyways, thank you for watching my video, guys. I'm gonna end it right here. Hell of a job today.